Ribono Shel Olam, Master of the Universe, we, the community of Agudat Yesharim of Park Avenue Synagogue, stand before this holy ark containing the Torah, first given to you, to our forebears at Mount Sinai. On this day of dedication, as these scrolls journey to their new home, may we rededicate ourselves to our most precious inheritance. May we, like the Israelites of old, respond to this sacred hour with the call to action, Na'aseh v'nishma. We will do and we will listen. May you, O God, instill in our hearts a desire to understand and discern, to hear, to learn and teach, to observe and perform, and to fulfill all the teachings of your Torah with ahava, with love, now and forever. Amen.
Mazel Tov! Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov. Yehi lanu, yehi lanu, yehi lanu, oh lechol Israel. 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 Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Yehi lanu, yehi lanu, yehi lanu, hey! Yehi lanu, yehi lanu, oh lechol Israel. Yehi lanu, yehi lanu, oh lechol Israel. Yehi lanu, yehi lanu, oh lechol. David melech, melech Israel. David melech, melech Israel. David melech, melech Israel. melech Israel חי וקיים. סימן, סימן טוב. היה ומזל, מזל טוב. יהי לנו לכל ישראל. אמן. סימן טוב. היה ומזל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
Baruch Shem Adon, Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
What if you threw a building dedication and no one showed up? Woo! Im tirtzu enzo agada, if you will it, it is no dream. These words spoken by Theodor Herzl as he imagined the upbuilding of the Hebrew homeland speak to the driving ethic of our people through history. In times good and bad, freedom and persecution, time and again our people have sought to establish those institutions that could carry our people forward in strength. The tabernacle set up by the Israelites in their wanderings, the temple established by King Solomon, the edifice of rabbinic literature in the wake of destruction and exile, the JCC movement set up by Mordechai Kaplan and others as European Jewry arrived on American soil, and the State of Israel built upon the ashes of the Shoah. In every age, at every stage, our people have willed into existence those structures capable of honoring our past, serving the present, and ensuring a vital Jewish future. The dreams were willed into reality, and a new chapter of history was opened. And so too here today in this celebratory hour, today a dream willed into reality. Today's dedication reflects the vision of countless hours of work and wisdom by the lay and professional team of your synagogue. Today reflects an unprecedented outpouring of support by the Park Avenue family. It reflects the breathtaking commitment of the Black family as we honor the memory of Eli M. Black, Zichrono Livracha, today and in generations to come. No question, today reflects the delicious fact that our community is dynamic, growing and vital, a synagogue in action, overflowing with prayer, communal connection, and Maasim Tovim, good deeds. But at its core, today's dedication reflects a shared belief, spoken or merely understood, that ours is a Jewish generation whose future will come by way of a commitment to Jewish learning. American Jewry exists in blessed circumstances, secure at home and committed to the security of our brethren in Israel. And yet for all our blessings, we know that far too often, far too many of our people are alienated from the one thing that has nourished and sustained and protected us from generation to generation, our Torah. Today, yes, we dedicate a building, but like the Maccabees of old, today we're rededicating ourselves to the proposition that the future of our people will come by way of our ability to instill a love and literacy for our tradition in us, in our children, and the generations to come. Beautiful as this building is, and it is, celebratory as this hour may be, and it is that as well, my overwhelming emotion right now is a prospective thought of what will occur in this building in the years to come. I think of the young child introduced to her first Shabbat song. I think of the congregational school classrooms bustling with studying our Hebrew language. I think of the thousands of B'nai Mitzvah students being tutored in our tradition. I think of the classes and lectures and book clubs and music salons and programmings that will animate our adult learning community. I think of the incalculable number of meetings to dream dreams and plan for a future that we here cannot even imagine. I think of the untold number of would-be Jews seeking a pathway into Judaism and Jewish life who will do so in this building. If you allow yourself to do so, and I encourage you to do so, let your mind wander to consider the breathtaking number of souls that will be shaped by way of the Torah that will be studied in this building. A Torah anchored in Sinai, but always speaking to the issues of the day. A Torah that strengthens our communal bonds, but never forgets the strivings of the individual soul. A Torah with depth and sophistication, but always, always, always accessible to the searching Jew seeking a point of access into the inheritance that is all of ours, equally to share. Ki hem chayenu v'erech yameinu v'hem negeh yomam v'layla. For they are our life and fullness of our days. We will meditate upon them day and night. May today's dedication and all it represents inspire us to recommit to being lifelong learners, to our Torah, to the opening of yet another exciting chapter of our people. With gratitude to all those who brought us to this point, with gratitude to all those who have worked tirelessly and generously towards making today possible, with eager anticipation for the Torah that will be taught into the years to come, I welcome you today. Mazel tov to all here.
Page 5, let's pray together. A melody by our own Zina. Page 5. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת אהבת עולם. בית ישראל עמך אהבת אהבת עולם. בית ישראל עמך אהבת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. אהבת עולם. בית ישראל עמך אהבת אהבת עולם. בית ישראל עמך אהבת. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו בהם נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. אהבת עולם. בית ישראל עמך אהבת אהבת עולם. בית ישראל עמך אהבת. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Now let's all turn to page 6. You've all played a part in getting us here. You all have a stake in our future. You have a part to play to read in response. So let's follow along as we dedicate this building. We're on page 6. As we dedicate this building, let us recall the words that God spoke to King Solomon. I have heard the prayer and the supplication which you have offered to me. I sanctify this house that you have built, and I set my name there forever. My eyes and my heart shall be there forever.
Moses spoke to the Lord, saying,
Again.
Let the Lord, source of the breath of all flesh, appoint leaders over the community who will go out before them and come in before them, and who shall take them out and bring them in, so that the Lord's community may not be like sheep that have no shepherd.
Moses came and summoned the elders of the people and put before them all that the Lord had commanded them. All the people answered as one, saying,
All the Lord has spoken, we will do.
And Moses brought back the people's words to the Lord.
The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Tell the Israelite people to bring me gifts. You shall accept gifts for me from every person whose heart so moves him. Let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them.
And everyone who excelled in ability and everyone whose spirit moved them came, bringing to the Lord their offering for the work of the tent of meeting and for all its service. Thus all whose hearts moved them brought gifts as a free will offering to the Lord.
Moses called every skilled person whom the Lord had endowed with skill, everyone who excelled in ability to undertake the task and carry it out. They took over from Moses all the gifts that the Israelites had brought to carry out the task connected to the service of the sanctuary.
The word of the Lord came to Solomon. With regard to this house you are building, if you follow my laws and observe my rules and faithfully keep my commandments, I will fulfill for you the promise that I gave your father David. I will abide among the children of Israel, and I will never forsake my people Israel. Solomon declared, I have now built for you a stately house, a place where you may dwell forever.
Moses said to the Lord of Israel, Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day, Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you are home and away, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates.
My children, do not forget my teaching, and let your heart keep the commandments, for they will bestow on you length of days, years of life, and well-being.
The Lord our God made a covenant with us, not just with our ancestors,
but with us,
the living, every one of us who is here today.
Surely, this instruction which I enjoin upon you today is not too baffling for you, nor is it beyond your reach. It is not in the heavens, nor is it beyond the seas. Torah is very close to you, in your mouth and in your heart to observe it.
Be like the disciples of Aaron, loving peace and pursuing peace, loving God's creatures and bringing them closer to Torah.
Its ways are pleasant and all its
paths are
statutes
peaceful. It is a tree of life for those who grasp it, and all who uphold it are blessed.
Then the Israelite community brought to the front of the tent of meeting all the things that Moses had commanded, and the whole community came forward and stood before the Lord.
And Jacob said to Joseph, God appeared to me and blessed me and said to me, I will make you fertile and numerous, making of you a community of peoples, and I will assign this land to your offspring to come as an everlasting possession. How good and pleasant it is when people dwell together.
And Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, The Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. How awesome is this place! This is the house of God and the gate of heaven. And Jacob arose early in the morning, and he took the stone that he had placed at his head, and he set it up as a monument, and he called the place the house of God.
Come, let us sing joyously to the Lord. Rejoice in our Creator. Let us greet God singing songs of praise. Thus says the Lord, my house shall be a house of prayer for all people. And God saw all that was made, and God found it very good. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
It is so wonderful to be here. There's about 1,000 of you out here today showing your love for your community. Thank you for being here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehachiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of time and space, for granting us life, for sustaining us, and for bringing us to this moment. We are indeed blessed to have reached this day. Park Avenue Synagogue was founded in 1882. We originated from different congregations, including a converted church on 86th Street that was known as the 86th Street Temple, and 72nd Street Temple, which was on 72nd and Lexington. In 1923, the two synagogues merged and became known as the Park Avenue Synagogue. 90 years ago, in 1927, our main sanctuary was dedicated and was known as the $1 Million Sanctuary. Milton Steinberg House, named in honor of our distinguished rabbinical leader, was dedicated in 1954 to serve the community and house religious school. Shapiro House was dedicated in 1980 to house even more community and religious school activities. It's been 37 years since Park Avenue Synagogue added additional space or had a substantial renovation. Today, we are dedicating this Eli M. Black Lifelong Learning Center. It's being dedicated to honor Leon Black's father, who was committed to Jewish ideas and Jewish education. This dedication also signifies an important milestone for Park Avenue Synagogue. Here in 2017, the building of the Eli M. Black Lifelong Learning Center and our entire space program was undertaken because we were bursting at the seams. Our congregants have become increasingly more involved in the community. We named our campaign A Synagogue in Action, Building the Future, because it accurately reflects Park Avenue Synagogue today. We needed additional classroom, worship, meeting, programming, and celebration space. We have benefited from those who came before us, and I'm thrilled that our generation has taken the next step. The campaign to raise capital for this project has been supported by the vast majority of our families. Never before in our 135-year history have so many of you come together to support our synagogue. The community has come together so powerfully because we want the future to be influenced by our Jewish faith and our Jewish values. The synagogue, more than any other institution, plays a unique role in our lives, and we are paving the way for the future. Because of this journey together, today we have a new lifelong learning center here on 89th Street. About 2 years from today, we will have a revitalized home on 87th Street, and the overall campus will match the vibrancy of our community and address the needs of our future. As the Shechianu says, we are so thankful and have so much gratitude to have reached this day. Our published program highlights the enormous number of people to thank and show our gratitude to on this day. I want to highlight a few. First, we thank the honorary chairs of the campaign, John Hess, Leon Black, Ralph Lauren, and David Simon, for their inspiring leadership. We thank our officers, Paul Corwin, yes. We thank our officers, President Paul Corwin, Heidi Silverstone, Mel Schweitzer, Jean Block Rosensaft, Andrea Bauman-Lustig, Mark Becker, and Natalie Barth for all their hard work each and every day. Thank you to Mark Becker and Craig Solomon, co-chairs of the Space Committee, and our Executive Director, Beryl Chernoff. Your enormous commitment, dedication, and expertise, along with countless hours spent, has resulted in this magnificent new building. Special thanks to Natalie Barth, Eric Feuerstein, Susanna Serafman, and the rest of the Space Committee for their extra contributions to the building effort. With regard to our successful capital campaign, we thank our capital campaign chair, Andrea Bauman-Lustig. Andy's brilliance, strategic thinking, processes and procedures, thoughtfulness, and hard work have been the backbone of the campaign. Amazing. Amazing. We thank our hardworking and organized Director of Development, Laura Yamner. We also thank our campaign cabinet, our community outreach committee, and our executive council of former synagogue chairmen, who all made this possible. A special thanks to Jeannie Rosensaft and Sue Silverman for their leadership in organizing this wonderful dedication. And of course, we thank Rabbi Cosgrove, whose Rabbi Cosgrove, your spiritual and rabbinical vision are the cornerstone of everything that we do here at Park Avenue Synagogue. Most importantly, we want to thank our overall community, those of you who contributed to making this campaign and project so incredibly successful. One of my favorite Rabbi Cosgrove sermons from a few years back, and I keep quoting it, I love it so much, is titled The Attitude of Gratitude. It's memorable to me in three ways. First, Rabbi Cosgrove started the sermon by invoking a professor from the University of Pennsylvania, which of course to me is always a good way to start anything. Second, the sermon is extra special to me because it was delivered on the bat mitzvah day of my youngest daughter, Eliza, about 3 years ago. Third, in this wonderful sermon, Rabbi Cosgrove said that tzedakah, or giving on the high holidays, is the act that announces to God and the world that we are indeed thankful for the blessing of our lives and thus stand ready to enter the year to come. This statement perfectly describes our synagogue today. We are indeed grateful for the blessings of our community, and we stand ready to enter the year and the decades to come. We are a synagogue in action that is building the future, uniquely positioned to address the needs of our community. Thank you. Before I call up Leon Black to the podium, I want to announce that the building will be open starting tomorrow for everyone to visit and enjoy. Now I'd like to call Leon Black up to the podium. Leon, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this commemorative artwork by renowned artist Alain Kleiman. This is a beautiful, artistic bronze cover enclosing Pirkei Avot, the ethics of our fathers. We hope you will treasure this as a memento of our gratitude on this important day. I'll hold it for you if you want. Okay.
Wow. As Jacob said, how awesome is this? So, this is really something. Thank you all for being here. You know, almost 75 years ago exactly, a young rabbi, age 21, gave this message to his congregation in Woodmere, Long Island. What he said was the following. It is with, and this was in September of 1942, it is with uncertainty and apprehension, bordering often on despair, that many of us are facing the new year, the year 5703. The entire world is plunged in a morass of blood and tears. The outlook for civilization, for democracy and liberty, is dismal and gloomy. The forces of evil, of tyranny and oppression, have scored triumph upon triumph, and as their stranglehold on humanity tightens, the lot of Jewry, which is caught as in a vice between the clashing powers, becomes more and more precarious. Never has the situation of the Jew been so desperate and hopeless. If there is any truth underscored by the events of this last few years, surely it is this: the responsibility for and privilege of maintaining Jewish life is solely that of American Israel. In our hands lies the opportunity to reestablish here on these shores the spiritual centers that were uprooted in other parts of the world. Our duty today is a twofold one. We must heed the cry of distress from our brethren overseas and exert ourselves to the utmost to relieve the misery and pain which they now endure. And in addition to this temporary cure, we must dedicate all our energies to build American Jewish life upon such firm and solid foundations that we may be reasonably certain that no such calamity shall befall us here. Let us thank God for the fortuitous circumstances that finds us living in a land blessed with a sense of justice and human dignity, and let us labor to preserve the institutions which safeguard these values. Let us offer the fervent prayer that in the years to come, God may bring victory to our country and return our fathers, sons, husbands, and brothers to us whole in body and in spirit, and that he may heed the cries of his troubled peoples throughout the world. May the old year with its curses end and the new year with its blessings begin. The young rabbi of 21 years old who gave that Rosh Hashanah greetings was named Elias Blackowitz, and he was my father. And he, just so you know, he had received his smicha from Yeshiva University. He had been originally born in Poland, came over, grew up on the Lower East Side, was ordained an Orthodox rabbi at Congregation B'nai Yisrael in Woodmere, Long Island. After 1942, he left the rabbinate to pursue a business career and got his MBA at Columbia and then went on to Wall Street, and that's when he changed his name to Eli M. Black. He married my mother, Shirley Lubell, in 1946, whose family was one of the founding members of the Society for the Advancement of Judaism, or the SAJ, and he became a Reconstructionist and a devotee of Mordecai Kaplan and Ira Eisenstein. My father always believed in the importance of Jewish continuity and the central and critical role Jewish education would play in its success. He was a proud Zionist, and I will always remember my first month-long visit to Israel, singing songs and eating roasted potatoes by the fireplace in 1959, when I was 8 years old, and my father taught a course to mostly socialist government officials on capitalism and business. In America, he was an ardent supporter of the AJC, and he was a proud publisher of Commentary magazine. Since his Rosh Hashanah address in 1942, 3 central events have occurred affecting world Jewry. The first was the evisceration of the European Jewish community in the Holocaust, the Shoah. The second was the founding of the State of Israel in 1948. And the third has been the emergence of a strong American Jewish community, both as the main support of Israel and as a beacon of Jewish continuity in its own right. And standing here today with all of you, we all know that Jewish continuity can only be maintained through Jewish identity and Jewish education. My family has tried to carry on the beliefs of my father regarding Jewish education through several humble efforts. We created the Jewish Studies Chair at Dartmouth College, also in his name, which was chaired by Susanna Heschel for the last 20 years. We've also been proud to create the Jewish Lives biography series with Yale University Press 10 years ago, where we've now published 35 books with 25 more under contract. It is a series that celebrates Jewish disproportionate achievement in all fields and is meant to be a source of pride belonging in all Jewish homes and hopefully many other homes. And we're so happy that we're starting a program here at Park Avenue Synagogue to start reading some of those books together. Finally, we are here today to celebrate the opening of the Park Avenue Synagogue Eli M. Black Lifelong Education Center. This is particularly important to me for 2 reasons. First, it is an essential piece in the puzzle regarding Jewish education. Whereas the Dartmouth Jewish Studies program is aimed at college-level students, this school is even more important in my mind as it targets elementary and mid-level high school level minds where Jewish identity is initially formed. Secondly, we are so proud to be associated with the Park Avenue Synagogue community. I view Rabbi Cosgrove and his magnificent staff of rabbis, cantors, and educators as modern-day Mordecai Kaplans and Milton Steinbergs. My father would have been proud to be associated with this whole team and institution to further Jewish education and continuity. I know my family certainly is. Thank you all for doing this.
Hi, everybody. I'm Andrea Bauman Lustig, Capital Campaign Chair. And I simply want to say thank you to each and every one of you who made this Capital Campaign so successful. And given the fact that we had 1,309 donors, our gratitude really does extend to each and every one of you who is here to celebrate today. $79 million with 79.3% participation. You made this possible. And I hope you take a moment to feel the pride and joy of being part of this shared legacy.
Now, while Andy had the honor of working with the community to raise the appropriate funds, Craig Solomon and I had the envious task of spending it. We like that division of labor. Our goal was that Phase 1, the Eli M. Black Lifelong Learning Center, would physically epitomize Judaism's linking of tradition and innovation. The new building will house educational programs for members of all ages and be another step towards strengthening our amazing community. Let's now turn our attention to the Eli M. Black Lifelong Learning Center as we unveil the mezuzah to our new home.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likboa mezuzah. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with commandments and commanded us to affix a mezuzah. Looks good.
With a heart overflowing and gratitude to the Black family and the assembled community, past, present, and future, of Agudat Yesharim Park Avenue Synagogue, we here today dedicate this building as the Eli M. Black Lifelong Learning Center.
You can pull it down.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's Torah always be turned towards us and give us the greatest blessing of all, the blessing of shalom, of peace. Amen. It's now time for the honorary ribbon cutting at this point. The celebratory ribbon cutting. Here, you can cut it.
Now? Yep.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
שאו שערים ראשיכם וינשאו פתחי עולם ויבוא מלך הכבוד ויבוא מלך הכבוד. מי זה מלך הכבוד? אדוני עזוז וגיבור, אדוני גיבור, גיבור מלחמה, גיבור מלחמה, שמלך הכבוד, אדוני צבאות, ומלך הכבוד, סלע, ומלך הכבוד, ומלך הכבוד, ומלך הכבוד, סלע, ומלך הכבוד, סלע. הכבוד, סלע. ובנוחו יאמר.
It is a tree of life for those who hold on to it, and all who support it are happy. Its ways are pleasant, and its paths are peace. Help us turn to you, O God, and we shall return. Renew our lives as in days of old.
עץ חיים היא, למה חזיקים בה, ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה, דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש ימינו כקדם.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. Enjoy, everyone.